Hello there, Year 5. Right, for maths, what we're going to focus on reading, writing, ordering, and comparing numbers. So, to do that, we need to do these four things. We need to write the numbers in words, we need to write the numbers using numerals, put the numbers in the correct order from smallest to biggest, and then use the greater than, less than, and equal to sign to compare the numbers. So, the first thing we're going to focus on is actually being able to write the numbers down correctly. So here we have got 46,384. So obviously we say our numbers in groups of 3. So I'm going to start the 1. So there's my first group of 3 numbers. And then here is my second group. Here I've only got 2 numbers. So that's just something to be careful about. So I'll start from the left, so I've got 46,000. 46,000, because I stopped saying them in my thousands column, so I've got 46,000. So over here, I've got the spellings just in case I need them. So I've got 46,000. And when I move on, I need my comma. And then I move on to the next 3 columns. So I've got 384. 384. So again, I look at my columns, I go 384. So it should look a little bit like that. So again, I got 46,000, 384, 384. What I want you to do now is I want you to pause the video and see if you can write these 2 down by yourself, and I'll go through the answer very shortly. So pause these 2 numbers, try and say them to yourself first, and then have a go at writing them down. The spellings are on the right hand side if you need them. So I would suggest you pause the video now and try and answer them yourself on a piece of paper. Right, okay, let's have a look at what you got, shall we? So the second number says 87,982. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to make sure I got my groups of 3. It says 982, there's my first group of 3, and here is my second group. So here I've got 87,982. So I go, there is my 87,000, comma, then I got 982, 982. Look a little bit like that. Second one, this last one, sorry, is a little bit harder, but I've got 253,781. So that is my first group of 3. And then here is my second group of 3. So here I have got 253,000. That's where I stopped saying a number. I'm in the thousands column. So 253,000. So I'm going to write that out. I've got 253,000. And I got my comma, and I got my second group. I got 781. I got 781. So it should look a little bit like that. So that is, here is my 253,000, and here is my 781. A little bit like that. Again, here is my 87,000, and here is my 982. So well done if you got that right. If you didn't, what I recommend you do is you go rewind to the start of this flip, and hopefully if you go through it 2 or 3 more times, you will start to understand it. And now we are going to move on to writing the numbers. So here we have got 45,635. So This one's a little bit trickier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have got my column. So I've got 45,635. So I've got, right, if I go, there's my 10,000, my thousands, my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. I've made a very, very quick place value chart. And I go, right, so 45,000. Obviously, I can't put 45 in one column because that won't quite work. Well, that 4 needs to go in that 10,000 column, 40,000. Okay. 45,000. I got 600. So look at my column. The 6 is going to go there. And I got 30. So look at my tens, I got a 3 in there. And then again, I've got a 5 in my ones. So it's going to look a little bit like that. 45,635. Again, what I want you to do, I'll move that out of the way just so you can see. What I want you to do is have a go at writing these numbers down on the piece of paper. So I suggest you pause the video and I will go through them when you press play again. So pause the video and see how far you can get with these two. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So again, I'm just going to get this there. I can read the number. I got 77,882. Right, so I've still only got 77,000, so I still only need the 5 columns. So I've got to my place value chart ready, like so. Just so it is nice and ready. So again, right, I got 70,000. So in the 10,000s, I'm going to have a 7. And I got 7,000. In the thousands, I'm going to have another 7. I got 882. So in the hundreds, I'm going to have an 8. In the 80, I'm going to have, in the 10, sorry, I've got 80. So I'm going to have an 8 there. And then I've got my final 2. I've got 77,882. Now, this last one is a little bit trickier because we have got some more numbers. This time we've got 654,691. So that's something we just have to bear in mind. At this time, we've got this extra bit here. We've got 600 bit first. So I think we're going to need an extra column. So I'm going to put my 100,000 in. I'm going to make that a bit smaller so I can fit in the box. Got my 100,000, then my 10,000, then my thousands, then my hundreds, and my tens, then my ones. And I go, right, let's have a look at this. So first things first, I've got 654,000. So I've got 600,000. So that's going to go, 6 will go in my 100,000s column. I've got 50,000. Then in 10,000s, I'm going to have 5. And I've got 4,000. So in the thousands column, I'm going to have a lovely little 4. Then I've got 691. I've got my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So in the hundreds column, I'm going to have, again, a 6. And then I'm going to have 91. With tens, I'm going to have 9. And then my ones, I'm going to have 1. Now, again, well done if you got that right. If you didn't, again, go back, break it down, and see if you can have another little go and get it correct. Meanwhile, we are going to go on to ordering some numbers. So, I'm going to move that down just so we've got an extra little bit more space. So, here, we're going to arrange these numbers from biggest to smallest. So what I need to do is I need to look, they're all 4 digits, so I can compare them quite easily. So what I need to do is I need to start from the biggest column. Our biggest column is going to be the thousands. They've all got 4 columns, so the biggest one is going to be the thousands. Now, if you look carefully, the problem I got there is that they are all 7. So what do you think I need to do? Yep, I need to go to the next column. Now I need to look at my hundreds. So with my hundreds, I've got a 5, I've got a 3, a bit clearer, I've got another 5, and I got another 3. If I want to go from smallest to biggest, what do I need to do? Because now I can at least compare some of these numbers because some of them are slightly different. So I've got a 5, a 3, a 5, and a 3. So which ones am I going to look at first? Yeah, it's going to be the numbers with the 3s in. So again, I can't compare these two directly because they've both got 3 in the hundreds. So what do I need to do? Yeah, I need to go to the next column along again. So I've got a 9 and I've got a 4 and I think it's not right. Which one is smaller, 4 or 9? And I go, yep, so it's going to be a 4. So this one is going to be first. So I'm going to have 7,349. That's going to be my first one. My next one then, so I've done that one. My next one then is going to be this one. Then I'm going to have 7,398 is going to be my next one, like so. So now I've done 2 numbers. Now I need to go to the 2 that I've got left. And again, I can't compare 5 and 5 because they are the same. So what do I need to do? I need to go to the next column along. So here I've got a 6 and I've got a 3. So I'm going to go from smallest to biggest. Which number would I pick to go third? And yep, correct, it would be the number that's got the 3 in. That is because 3 is smaller than 6. So then I go 7, 5, 3, 9, and then so that's that one. And then my last one's got to be 7,562. 7,562. Like so. Right. What I want you to do is I want you to have a go at the bottom one by yourself. So again, pause the video, have a look at which numbers would go smallest and have a look at which one would be the biggest. So again, pause the video and have a look at that. Right, okay. So first what we're going to look at is the thousands. So we've got an 8, a 7, an 8, and a 7. First thing to notice there is, some of those are different. So I can actually look at this column now, and I go, right, so which one is smaller, 8 or 7? And it is indeed 7. So I can look at these 2 numbers first. I go, right, so 7 and 7, I can't compare, so I go to the next column. And again, I've got another 7 and another 7 over there. So I can't compare those 2 numbers. So what I need to do is I need to go to another column to the right again. So this time I go look at 9 and I look at 5. I go, right, which one is smaller? Out of 5 and 9, it's got to be 5. Don't know if that one's going to come next. 7,753. 7,753. My next one then has got to be 7,794. 7,794. And then I go, right, my next numbers. So again, 8 and 8, I can't compare because they are the same. And then have a look at these. So right, which one is smaller, 3 or 4? And it is indeed 3. So this number is going to come next. So I got 8,343, and I got 8,432. So well done if you got that order. The last thing we're going to focus on is comparing numbers using greater than and less than. So let's have a link. Let's have a think. If you can remember what these sign means. So we got that sign, then we got this sign, then we got this sign. So have a little think. Which sign means what? What does this sign mean? What does this sign mean? And what does this sign mean? This one means greater than, because it's going to eat the bigger number. This one means less than, again, will eat the bigger number. And this one means equal to, that means they are the same. So let's have a look at these numbers. So again, I compared them directly. So I've got 4 and 4. I can't compare those, so I need to go to the next column. I've got 5 and 5. Again, I can't compare those. Then I go 7 and 3. I can compare those because they're different. So I go, right, which one's the smaller one? 3 is smaller, so I know it's going to point towards the smaller number because it wants to eat the big one. If I'll put the teeth on here, I know it's going to try and eat the big one. So I'll go through one more and you can do the next 4 by yourself. So again, I'm going to look at this column. I got a 9 and a 9. They are both the same, so I can't compare them. I go 4 and 4. Again, they're the same, so I can't compare those either. So then I got a 6 and I've got a 5. Which one is smaller? It is indeed the 5. So I know it's going to point towards the 5 because it wants to eat the big number, like so. I just put those teeth on just to help us remember, that's all. Right, so again, if you want to pause it there, and then you can go through the other 4, get a piece of paper, get a pen, write them down, and then I will go through them when you unpause it. Right, okay, shall we take a look? So we have got 6 and 6. We can't compare those. Then we've got 3 and 3. We can't compare those because they're the same. Then we've got a 4 and we've got an 8. We can compare those because they're different. So what's smaller? 4 or 8? The 4 is smaller, so it's going to point towards the 4 because it wants to eat the bigger number. Then we go to this one. We've got 8 and 8. They're the same, so we can't compare those. Then we've got 5 and 5. Again, they're the same, so we can't compare those. And we got 7 and we got 5. We can compare those because they're different. So we go, which one is smaller? 5. So I know it's going to point towards the 5. So that's the smaller one, and it wants to eat the big one, like so. Now this one, we got 5 and 5. They're the same. We can't compare those. We got 2 and 2. They're the same. We can't compare those. Then we got 1 and 5. We can compare those because they're different. And then we go, right, so which one is smaller? It is indeed the 1. So I know it's going to point towards the 1 because it wants to eat the bigger one. It's hungry. And then our next one, our final one, is we got 3 and 3. That's the same. Then we got 6 and 6. That's the same. Then we've got a 3 and then 8. They're different, so I can compare these. Which one is smaller? 3 or 8? It is indeed 3. So then we're going to point towards the smaller one, like so. Looks like that. Right. So, if I just stop sharing my flip with you for now, so I can just get one thing open very quickly. That I forgot to get open before. Then I share, and then open that. Right, so this is the thing, this is the sheet that we're going to do on, that should be on the website when it comes to you doing this. So we've got the 4 things that we have been through. We've got reading numbers, writing numbers, ordering numbers, and comparing numbers. So again, what you need to do here is you can do it on a piece of paper, take a picture and send it in, or you can do it on the website. Either or is absolutely fine. I've just put it in this video so you can see what it looks like. So if you can't find a website, then what you can do is you can pause this video, so the sheet is on the video, and you can write some answers down on a piece of paper and send it in like that. That is absolutely fine. So here we got 46,797, 83,372, 13,1105, 545,612, 816,717. All you need to do there is write them in numbers. Write numbers here, you need to write them in words. So again, the words are at the start of our flip here. So if you need the spellings, they are here if you need them. Then we've got the ordering numbers. So again, you can just write underneath what do you think the smallest number is and what the largest number is. And here again, you need to use the crocodile symbols to do bigger or smaller. Again, you can do it on a piece of paper, you can take a picture, and then you can either send it to myself or Mrs. Kirby. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to receiving some wonderful work from you all. Goodbye.